Today we're gonna make chicken enchiladas with salsa verde. Okay, so you can watch my video. Salsa verde, very easy to make. Very easy to make. And it tastes a whole lot better. You can buy the store-bought brand. It's okay. If you don't want to take the time to make it, you can still use this. But
your wife won't eat it.
My wife won't eat it. If you really want really good flavor of chicken enchiladas, watch my video. It'll be in the comments or down in the comment, and I'll put it up there. Type thing too. I can put like a little picture, I guess, showing you how to make it. Anyways, so much better. All right, so chicken enchiladas. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna boil some chicken. Just get a bag of chicken and just go ahead. You can use 10 pound, 5 pound, whatever poundage or whatever you want to use. You want to use chicken breast, boneless chicken breast, make it easy for yourself so you won't cook it. But you probably want to do it with the bone in it, just so that, and you can peel the chicken off of it, just because it gives a lot more flavor. And you can use the chicken, the stock from it, make chicken stock, and then use the stock for rice. All right, so what we got over here. All we got in here is, we got a 10-pound chicken.
Legs and thighs.
Legs and thighs. And so all we're gonna do with this is we're gonna warm it up and boil it probably an hour, hour and a half maybe. We'll just keep watching it. We'll check it until it's cooked. But that's all we're gonna do, right? Doesn't matter about the pot, the largest pot. I mean, this is the pot we have. Use what you got. As far as boiling the chicken, just make sure it's submerged in water so it cooks all the way through. All right, so I'm just gonna put it on high heat and just let it go. And put some salt in it. Salt it a little bit. Mari's favorite, Himalayan salt. And just do a dash like that. All right, so right now we'll just do that, and then we'll come back when that's done. And we'll strip the chicken from the bone. Sounds kind of gross. Right now, like, we turned off the pot. We're gonna check one of the chickens. Just grab one of them out. Just, you wanna check it. Just grab a knife. Just kind of check it and see if it's cooked all the way through.
The fact that it is falling apart is a good sign.
That is a very good sign. Look at that, it's just ripping apart. So that's a very good sign, right there. That way it'll catch into the bowl. We want to save the stock because, you know, like I said before, we can actually move, I've said in other videos as well as, you know, you can actually take the chicken stock that we just made here and make rice. Make my Spanish rice, which...
There's lots of uses for it.
Lots of these things. You can make soups out of it, you know?
If you've got some ice cube trays that you don't want for ice anymore, freeze it small batches at a time in the ice cube tray, and that way you can pull out 1 or 2 ice cubes if you need it for a sauce.
Yeah, that's true too. So now we got it over the sink, and what we're going to do is cold water. It'll help us to strip the chicken. So we're just going to run cold water over the chicken. I just like going over it a couple of times, cool off the chicken. We just took it off the pot, like I said. So what we're gonna do there is run it off, and we're just gonna peel it off. We're just gonna get rid of all the bits that you don't want to eat, and the skin. If it gets a little warm, just kind of go over underneath the water. That's okay, because we're gonna flavor it with the sauce. We went ahead and, like we said, we deboned it and de-skinned it. So now it's all little shredded pieces. So what we want to do is just kind of, hands are washed and everything, make sure your hands are washed. We're just going to roughly kind of shred them up a little bit. I mean, that way you don't have some really big pieces. It's okay if you have some big pieces, all right, here and there, but you know, we just want to make sure we just kind of shred it a little bit. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to pour some of this sauce, right? My green sauce. And we're just gonna flavor the chicken that's on there, right? So it's gonna be having the green sauce on the outside and the inside. So this is the filling of the enchiladas. That's basically so we got that. So also what we're gonna do is we're gonna need some corn tortillas. You can't really roll them up because in this, the way it sits like this, because it's basically, once you start rolling it, it's gonna start cracking, it's gonna fall apart. And what's gonna happen a lot of times is once you start pouring the sauce in it, it's gonna soak it up really bad and it's just gonna crumble as you're trying to scoop it out. It's just gonna fall apart. It's gonna be like mush. So what we wanna do is cook it a little bit. Not too much as far as where it's going to be like a hard shell tostada type thing, or a taco, hard shell tostada or a taco. But more so just enough so that it's a little bit cooked. And now, you got two ways of doing it. If you want to do a small, if you don't want to make a lot, you can do it in a smaller pan and just do enough tortillas that will just cover that. But we have a big family, so we're going to use a bigger pan, right? So the more tortillas, we just go ahead and put it on flame. Medium high. Get some cooking vegetable oil. All right, so we're just gonna, we want enough so that it's going to cover the tortilla as you lay it down in there, but not, you know, you don't need it too high. You just need enough so it's gonna coat it. I've got a pan over here off to the side, and I've got a cooking sheet, just only because I want to lay them all out as I'm doing it, because after I cook it, it's gonna be hot, so I'm gonna lay them all out in here just to kind of cool it off a little bit. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna move it around a little bit. And you can kind of tell where it's a little warm because you see how it starts bubbling on the sides. So it's bubbling a little bit, so I'm just gonna run it a little bit. And a lot of times, the first couple ones, you kind of are testing it out to see how much you want. And sometimes you'll mess up on the first couple ones where it'll kind of just fall apart on you like that, see? That's okay. That means it just needs to get a little bit warmer. So that one, you just kind of put off the side or discard it whichever way. But all right, that's our test one. Okay. It just means we got to put it a little bit longer. And as it progresses, like I said, I got a medium high, so as it progresses, getting hotter and hotter, you don't have to put it in there as long as the first one. Don't worry, it's going to have bubbles on it too, just kind of tap them. Yeah, see? Just a little bit. Just kind of lay them out. It's okay if they're all the way straight. We're going to straighten them all out when they cool down. So we're just going to continue going through these. If you want to shake it with, you know, the pan just like that to get the oil going over the top of it. That bubbles really quick, and then you just kind of flip it over with. The bubbles start forming. I think you're getting the side of that. There you go. See, now if I'm moving it up and down like that, it doesn't rip. That's what I'm trying to do. And so we'll just keep going on to these. Okay, so now we went ahead and fried up some tortillas. I made quite a bit of them, but that's okay, because you want to make sure you make enough in, I'll show you a trick after, if you have some leftovers, a neat little thing. So you get the chicken and tortillas left over. I'll show you something else you can do with them. All right, so like I said, we kind of make the bigger pan. So we do the bigger pan. So first thing off is just go ahead and grab some of the salsa and just lay it on the bottom. It's kind of like the same thing what you do with like if you're doing like a lasagna, where you want to pour some at the bottom.
That way it don't stick.
That way it doesn't stick. Just make sure it just covers the whole bottom. So we got that, right? So just put the first one in, grab some of the chicken, just fill it in. And what we're gonna do is just roll it up into there. And as we roll it up, we'll just put it to one side. All right, so we're just gonna run down the rows. Just keep doing the same thing. As much as you want them, or as fat as you want them, or whatever, that's okay. Roll it up. And that's where we want them. We want them a little cooked. Like I said, it's not hard. See, they're flexible, but they don't break when you bend them all the way. Just because if you, like I said before, if you leave them dry like that, it's gonna soak all this up and just disintegrate. This way, the shells are cooked, or the tortillas are cooked, and it doesn't soak anything up. So now we rolled it all up, and all we're gonna do now is grab some of the green salsa as well, some more, and just kind of douse it in it. Just like that. Just get a good covering of it, right? Okay, so now you grab your cheese. Like I said, here's the cheese I'm using. Now the other style, like I said, you can substitute it with mozzarella cheese.
You can get it at Walmart.
You can get it at Walmart, but I'm saying if you don't want to, and all you got is the mozzarella, that's okay. Because this cheese here is much more of a stringier cheese. It's really good. It's just really stringy. Kids will love it because it flavors it really well. All right, so you just want to cover it all up. So we've got the oven set for 350 degrees. Okay, we're just gonna, everything's pretty much cooked already. So all we're doing is warming it all up and having the cheese melt. So we're really gonna put it in there for like 15, 20 tops. And then that's about it, all right? So let's stick it in the oven. Whew. Put it in the middle, like I said, 350. We'll watch it. Light on, watch for a little bit. Get back to this, the leftover stuff. That's why I want to make sure you make enough tortillas. That way you don't have to keep going back and going and have to wake up some more to fill in what you have. That's okay if you have it overnight. What you can do with these is we can fill them. So grab some of the cheese. So you got these, you can do, let's see, a cheese, right? You just fill it with cheese. And then we're gonna fold it over like that. Okay, I'm just gonna keep them like that. Okay, so we can get some cheese ones, do the same thing. We can grab some of the chicken as well. Stick it in there like that and just fold it over. All right, so now we're back here, right? We have the oil that we were using to cook up just to cook up a little bit of the tortillas. So we just go ahead and turn it back on. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna fry them. And what that's gonna do is gonna melt the cheese all in there. Got the oil, got it burned, so we're just gonna lay them in there. And we're gonna wait. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna cook up the rest of it. You know, hard shell, it's gonna hard basically, so stick a couple on there, just like that. Move the oil around just a little bit, just so I can get it in there really good. So before we weren't, when we put the tortillas in there, we didn't have them. We cooked them lightly. So now we're gonna cook them all the way. So, all right. So if they move it around a little bit, just grab them, and just flip them over. And like that. It's okay if you mess up. This is just practice, right? This is all for you. What you do is you grab the top part of the thing and just kind of flip it over. Just pinch them both together. If you grab them from the bottom, what's going to happen is those filling is going to fall out. You don't want that.
Probably done that before, haven't you?
I've done that before. Hey, we all learn. We all learn. How do I do this? My God,
Learn from his mistakes.
Yes, I do. We all do. That's how we learn, right? Learn mistakes. The saying somewhere, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Just put them in there. You pick them up. Then that's when you put them on a towel. Paper towel. Okay, so if you're scared doing it with the, with the tongs and flipping it, just go ahead and do it. Just not just grab it underneath and just flip it over. So grab it like that. Okay. Just stick it on there. And then sometimes with you got these little bits, just pick them up with the spatula there. Just like tap them on there. You got two ply on it. You just keep working it that way. All right. Good to go. All right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. All right, so let's see what we got. Okay, like I said before, chicken enchiladas, and then little chef snack. You know, little tacos, little fried tacos. Go and see about plating one of these up. All right, so chicken enchiladas, like I said, little plating. Chef thing, these are good. Wife had a couple of them already. She couldn't wait. All right, so let's see. This stringy cheese. Yeah, you can taste that Salsa Verde through it. It's just coating it all over the place. So good. All right. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, so we went ahead and cooked all the. Wait, you want to be in the video too? You're like, Hamster wants to be in the video.
Are you done? You good? Oh, okay. Say hi. Over there, he's up there climbing up the cage. Like, love me.